Whew, man, what a game, man. That was a great game to be at in person, by the way. I can't even stress that enough. That was crazy. That was probably the best game I've ever been to in person. That includes last year's Denver Broncos game. Yeah, we won that game in overtime, 30-23. Yeah, 30-24. I mean, that kept our playoff hope alive. But this one adds a little bit of special because it was against a rival, and of course, the way we won on a walk-off field goal. That was pretty much we miss it, we lose, we make it, we win. Obviously that adds a little bit of special, to it. And it was the white Bengal. That was the great showing by the Bengals fans out there, man. That was pretty phenomenal. If you look on TV, it looked great. It looked great. So love seeing that. And yeah, but the Cincinnati Bengals defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 33-31. Joe Flacco, man, turned back the clock. He turned back the clock. I mean, he was phenomenal all game. Jamar Chase, man, I can't even emphasize how special he is, but 16 catches. And both defenses at times did look lost, but the Steelers defense was kind of surprising because of how well they've played this year. They just could not contain the Bengals offense, who was coming into this game a bottom five offense, bottom three offense, I think. So it was good to see them get going. Obviously, the Bengals have two of the best wide receivers in the game, so they are expected to be better. So I won't fully put that on the Steelers defense. I also think the Bengals just found a spark. They found what was working, and the Steelers just didn't adjust. But I want to give a special shout out to the Bengals fans that attended the game, man. I mean, I I'm guilty of this too. I was there last night, but I thought it was going to be like maybe 35%, 40% Steelers fans. It was more like 5, maybe 10. Like it was not a large turnout by Steelers fans at all. Bengals fans, they showed up more than I thought they would. So I have to give our fan base a lot of credit, man. I did not think that we'd come into this game very confident or hyped at all. I really thought it was just like a do or die game, and most of us were expecting to die. No, man, they were out from full force and they were ready to cheer on this team. And thankfully, this team delivered the goods, man. It was good to see those yellow towels in limit. Yeah, man, Bengals win. That's a great. I want to get into the game a little bit. But Flacco, man, he threw for 342 yards, 3 touchdowns at a veteran calm presence. Perfect 2-minute drive to win it. I mean, I think it was 2:07 on the clock when Freiermuth scored that 68-yard touchdown from Rodgers. That put them on top. I think it was 31-30. By the way, I want to do this as a side note. Broderick Jones tackling Aaron Rodgers. I saw that after the game. Like, I saw like a clip of it when I got home. That's hilarious. Just how Rodgers reacted to. He just got tackled. I think Broderick Jones is what, like 300 pounds. So yeah, I can't fault Rodgers fully there. But anyway, McPherson, man, he drilled the game-winning field goal. He's been a lot better this year. So props to him. I know he was dealing with an injury last year. So I hope that he's back to form. And I'm very happy for him, man. He deserves a lot of credit, for fighting through some adversity and being able to bounce back to his old form. But it was great, man. It was great to see that the Steelers left too much time on the clock and we delivered. So offense found its rhythm. Offense finally, like, I guess it stood out for once. It was, I mean, I guess the Jaguars game they did, but this was one where they truly showed they were ready to bring it, man. So I just got to give this team a lot of credit, man. For this is a divisional game, a team that's just not we don't match up well against, like, in terms of like historical odds and whatnot. Last 10 games, I think we won 6 out of the last 10, so it's been a little bit better, but for the most part, it's just not been a good showing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they knew it was going to be a battle coming into this game. I think everybody knew if we were going to win this, it was going to be a close game regardless. I don't think anybody thought the Bengals were going to run away with it. Maybe because some people thought the Steelers were going to run away with it. So in that case, it would have been stress free. But I'm glad that we got the win. I'll take the stress again if it means we win. You know, so I mean, I'll take it. But I was there again, like I said, in person. Expected a lot more Steeler fans again, but they did not show up. Bengals fans took over the stadium. Expected when you're at a home game, but you don't understand. Steeler fans, they travel very well. They travel really well with the team, and a lot of them reside in Cincinnati as well. So, with that, I thought, like, okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I really thought that, they were going to have a larger turnout. I'm thankful that they didn't, but the energy was just unreal from the start. Shout out to all the Bengals fans that made the trip. I just thought it was a great environment, and I was looking forward to that even before the game. Just coming in, like, I wasn't so much like hopeful about us winning the game, but I was just like, I hope the environment's great, man. And it was, man. It was great. It was phenomenal. And even the Steelers fans that were there, they were civil. So great showing from the fans, but want to get back to Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, and them. I mean, Jamar Chase, again, he broke franchise records. Chase Brown had a season high. Offensive line blocked well for him. He was getting hit at the line of scrimmage immediately. 108 yards on the ground. He set the tone for the team. He kept the defense guessing, and that's something that the Bengals just haven't done this year. Keep the defense guessing. The tackling was awful. Awful by both teams at times. Bengals, man, they need to figure out how to get the attack. I mean, they were hanging it off to what? Like Jalen Warren. They were giving it to Kenneth Gainwell. Like they need to figure that out. That's not gonna win you games if you keep on letting guys bounce off and everything. It's just not gonna work. We're doing the same thing and it was working. So for the Bengals, man, they gotta figure that out. And the offense looked phenomenal. Again, like I said, it was great to see them finally show some life. And hopefully this is just a stepping stone in the right direction, man. I'm not going to go out here and say we're going to win like 10 straight or 5 straight or anything. But, heading into the bye week, we have 2 games that I think we can win. I'm not saying that we're guaranteed to win. I really don't think we are. But who knows? Maybe we go in there and take care of business against the Jets and then, against the Chicago Bears. So a lot to be, I guess, looking forward to. We have hope again. I mean, I'm not going to say that we're a playoff team by any stretch. I'm not going to say that we're even going to finish in 3rd place in this division, but like who knows? At least we have some hope. So not gonna get too carried away. It was a win. It was a win's a win at the end of the day. And plus, another reason I'm excited about this win is because let's face it, we were 2-0 on the division this year. We did not have good success against the division. 2 years ago, obviously last year was a little iffy. I mean, we got swept by Baltimore, we swept Cleveland. I think we split with Pittsburgh, but it was just we got that win against Pittsburgh. It was just like, yeah, we're probably not making the playoffs anyway. Excited about this win. Obviously, greatest win I've seen in person ever. Again, it's up here with the Steelers game and the Broncos game. But plus, I hate the Steelers, so that like I said, that adds a little bit of extra something. I gotta say this to the Steeler fans. I have to throw this in there. What is up with you guys? Some of you guys, not all of you guys, saying it's rigged. The Cincinnati Bengals are the last team the NFL would rig a game for. Trust me on that. There's been many instances, where I'm not gonna get into that, but there's been many instances where the refs have been on the Steelers' side. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I can sit in here until I'm blue in the face all day to talk about how there have been rule changes implemented that is due to the franchise of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if a Steeler fan tells you this team has a rig, this team has a dirty, there are rule changes because of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stuff they've done against the Cincinnati Bengals. Good game to my my Steeler buddies. Anybody I interact with on here, you guys are great. Steeler fans at the game were very civil for the most part, but the rest of you, eat the L. You deserve it. I'm a petty guy, so I remember this stuff. All the Steeler fans that online or whoever, they may talk about, oh, I don't like the Bengals, whatever. They don't like any of the rivals, obviously, but just remember, Steeler fans, we don't like you either. We don't. You can throw in all the, hate, dislike. Just remember, whenever you think to yourself, I hate the Bengals, I don't like the Bengals are this, the Bengals are that. Just remember, we don't like you either. We Bengals fans do not like you either. Not one bit. I don't like this team, man. I don't like the Bengals. We don't like you either. Just remember, no matter how much you think or you feel you hate the Bengals, just remember, we as a fan base, as a whole, we hate you more. And you may say, "Oh, that's we beat you most of the time." How about the last 10 games? Again, you guys are 5 and 4-2. So I'm not going to sit here and act like you're not going to, have a better record than us. Still, you still can win this division, but this one feels good, and we're going to enjoy the win because we don't like you. And the thing is, everyone, as a gold standard franchise, everybody expects the Steelers to do something. Nobody will expect the Bengals to do anything. So I would get back to that standard you like to self-proclaim yourselves as. So win is a win. Houday, as always. Go Bengals. We are 3-4 on the season, and we just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in final score 33-31. We'll see you in a few weeks, Steelers. But we're on to New York. Houday, as always. Let's go Bengals. And how about Joe Flacco, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown and company? Salute to you guys.